To me, wrestling is an art form. It's, you know, a live action play, theater, in front of a live audience.
I love the fact that it's become my therapy. To be honest with you, after a long day of my full-time job, I can get together with, you know, now there's about 17 others or 18 others of us. We get together and we wrestle and it's a brotherhood.
It's not something like TV or movie acting where the response is delayed once people finally see the finished product, or music where the people have to wait to get a chance to hear the CD. I mean, wrestling, you're out there in front of a live audience, so you get that immediate feedback as to whether or not they connect with you and they like what you're doing, or if they're just, you know, apathetic and don't react at all.
I've loved this stuff since I was about 4 years old. My father took me to my first movie called No Holds Barred with Hulk Hogan. And ever since then I fell in love with the business. And there was one moment in WWF where I saw this guy, and wrestling fans will know him as Shawn Michaels, threw his partner through a plate glass window, and from there on I was like, this is what I want to do, and I want to entertain people, I want people to cheer for me, I want people to boo me.
It was something I grew up watching, you know, at the age of 11 is when I got hooked.
It's just been a dream of mine to be the best wrestler I could be. I've always watched it my entire life, and now I'm following my dream.
You know, I'll tell you what, it's grueling. I mean, you sacrifice your time with your friends, your social time, you're partying, you can't do as much anymore, you gotta start eating a little better, you know. I have the worst diet in the world, but you know, I have to make sacrifices, man. It's just part of the game.
Oh, many sacrifices. Time, giving up, you know, any free moment I had, whether it was going to the gym or going to make sure I had a healthy meal or as healthy as possible. Practicing in the ring. You'd give up family, you'd give up some holidays because you'd spend your holidays at the gym or catching up on other things you needed to do. So the biggest sacrifice, I'd say, was time and missing out on friendships and family relationships.
I started back in June, and I was ready to quit in 3 weeks because I was hurting. My body wasn't used to the stuff we were going through, the cardio, the conditioning, the hitting, the landing on mats about 1 inch thick.
It's more intense, I'm not gonna lie. It's very intense. You have to be dedicated and motivated. Before I thought of it and I was like, wow, like, you know, I'm really doing something that I see on TV, and didn't think that you had to put so much work into it. But if you want to be better in life or anything that you do, you got to put the work in. And that's basically what we've been doing now for the last 6 months.
Some of it is fake, like the punches and the elbows.
The storylines are planned out. The ending of every match is planned out.
Some real, some fake.
The punches and the kicks are pretty fake.
Mostly the punches to the face, the elbows to the face, the choking, and then the body slams are real.
I mean, I understand how they could say that wrestling is fake and scripted. You know, to an extent it is scripted, but what, you know, we do in the ring is definitely not fake. I mean, if you look at figure skating or Olympic gymnastics, there are routines, but they are athletes. The training, you know, is unreal and very painful and a very grueling process. So even though it is scripted entertainment, or in gymnastics, or even figure skating or Dancing with the Stars, you know, there's routines that they go through, but they're great athletes. They train 5-6 days a week. They eat right 7 days a week and keep their bodies in tip-top shape. So I don't really pay too much attention to what people say. You know, I don't pretend that I'm important and they shouldn't pretend that they're important. So if they could have their opinion, I just don't pay any attention to it anymore.
I've been told that I do not wrestle, that I entertain from people. I don't really discredit them. They have their own opinions, that's fine. All I do is I tell them to take a walk in my shoes for a minute, take a bump, take a punch to the face, take a headbutt, you know, and they can find out for themselves.
I had one slight injury, no lie, it was an ankle injury. Unfortunately, it happened during practice, wasn't on the show, but at the end of the day, it took me about a week to recover, and I came back full strength, 100%, ready to go. Willing and motivated, baby.
3 weeks in, I had a slight concussion, landed right on my head because I didn't know what I was doing, so I tried to be flashy and dashy and hurt myself. And then, you know, first 2 weeks in a ring, I decided to not land correctly. You would think the easiest thing is to land on your back, but I landed wrong and I bruised a rib. So, I mean, there's injuries involved. It's not as fake as everybody wants it to be. So
the injuries I've sustained in wrestling, you name it, you know, a concussion or two, vertebrae dislocated in the neck, fat lips, cracked jaw, bad lower back, you know, chronic lower back pain, couple bad banged up knees, torn meniscus in the right knee, broken bone in the ankle on the left side, sprain in the right ankle. I think I broke my right thumb. No regrets. It was something I always dreamed of doing. I never thought it would be a reality.
For some reason, I determined that I have a big following in the first 6 months. I got a lot of people cheering for me, so that's motivating. And just the buzz of the crowd and the action and the trainers have been great, so it's been cool.
I don't want to be good, I want to be great. I think that's the number one thing that I've actually followed in my dreams. My father instilled in me, my mother, you got to be great in whatever you do. So that's my ambition, that's what I plan on doing.
For you, but I'm telling you right now, we're not coming for a wrestling match. We're gonna come to kick your